Hey everyone, this is Jen with Stay Posh, and today with me I have Lola van Ella. She is an international award-winning burlesque performer. She's a producer, an MC, a teacher, a singer. She does it all, and she is going to help me test a light today. That's right, I have got these lights that came from Fositan. They are LEDs, they are bicolor. The one we have that we're testing today has 360 bulbs. It's got a lux rating of 2350, so it's going to be a good bright one. And this is a kit. And so we've got two lights. We're gonna set them up on stands, and Lola is gonna help us by being the subject. We're gonna test these lights. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get to the unboxing of these lights, Lola, I want to know a little bit about you. Come on, tell the people.
Okay.
Let's hear about you.
Since you asked so nicely. I have been a burlesque performer full-time for over 13 years now, and I produce a lot of shows. I host, I sing, I teach burlesque classes and different kinds of confidence classes.
Here in New Orleans?
In New Orleans, in
Okay.
St. Louis, and beyond.
Excellent.
And I travel the world sort of spreading the gospel of body positivity and feminism and ownership of yourself and sexy good feelings for all.
I mean, really, I can't find anything about that I would hate.
Good.
That all sounds amazing.
You shouldn't.
I think we're gonna get a little taste of it today, which,
Hey.
yeah. So I'm excited, I hope you're excited. So let's go ahead, let's unbox all this stuff, and then we're gonna get to the actual test. So stay with us. All right, here we have our box. This is what the product is gonna come in. Once we get inside, we're gonna see that it comes with two lights with all the accessories as well as two stands. So the lights come in these cool little black cases, and the stands are in these white boxes. They're pretty basic stands. We're gonna take a look at everything though, so stay tuned. So let's just take a look at the light first. It comes with instructions as usual. Get a little flip through those. Once you get inside the case, you will see the light and all the accessories are wrapped in plastic. This light plugs in, so we have the accessories there. It also works by remote, which is pretty cool. You can hit the shutter and also change the brightness and the color of the light. There is the battery that it comes with, a little ball head, battery charger, and the light itself. It's made out of plastic. It's not a great quality plastic. I feel like if it fell from a great height, it could crack. But all in all, the light does feel pretty sturdy. Just for regular use, it comes with this plate. Pretty self-explanatory there. Same thing's going to be in this case, exact same light. So it comes with a pair of these with 336 bulbs. And then in here we've got our stand, very basic, but it should do the trick. That's it. Opens up just like that. And there we have it. All right, so now that we have everything unboxed, let's tell the people where they can find you.
Well, in the real world, in the non-virtual spaces, they can find me all over New Orleans. I also travel pretty much constantly all over the country and internationally, at least once a year. So you can find me in a city near you if you search for me online. And then on the virtual realm, you can find me at lolavanella.net and at vanellastudios.com. And on the Instagrams and the Facebook and the Twitter, all under my name, Lola van Ella.
We'll just put, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna put some text below.
Follow me, like me. Okay, thanks.
Where can they go see a show? Like what? I know you've got just tons of shows coming up. So
I do.
Tell them one of them.
Locally, you can see me frequently at the Always Lounge. You can find me really all over the place. And in St. Louis, I have a lot of big annual shows, and the next one is for our New Year's Eve Masquerade Spectacular on December 31st, which is also known as New Year's Eve. And it's gonna be a really fabulous show, and it takes place in St. Louis at the Casa Loma Ballroom every year. And there's a lot more, but again, you could find that on the interweb. Yeah.
There's gonna be some links below.
Links.
Speaking of links to these lights are provided below as well. And so if you decide you wanna pick up this kit, the link is right there. Definitely use that. These lights were provided to me as a sample. I didn't purchase them, but I also wasn't paid to do this review. And so using that link helps out definitely. And so I thank you for those that purchase and use that link. All right, let's go ahead and get to the tests. All right, we've got our light on a stand and turned on. You can battery power it, and that is how you can see the light indicator on the battery life. It has this directional pad here. If you push left, that turns the light brightness down. Right turns the light brightness up. And then up and down. Up is where you can dial in all your cool settings, and then if you push down is where you dial in your warm settings of the light. And so obviously you can make a mix of the two. It also runs on remote. The remote's a little blown out here because I realized you kind of need to point the remote at the light face. That must be where the sensor is in order to get it to work with great accuracy. But you can change the brightness, change the color using that direction pad just like the back of the light. And then also at the bottom it has the ability to trigger a variety of cameras, Sony, Nikon, etc. Here we go, we've got Lola. She is ready to model for us, and this is just a wide shot to show you that setup. We've got both of the lights about the same far distance apart, and we are trying to get as big of a spread as possible. Here we are, got a closer up shot, and we've got all our warm color dialed in. You can see those two shadows that are dancing behind Lola. That can be a creative choice. We have her so close to the backdrop, that's what's happening. But if you don't want those shadows, quick tip, just pull your subject far away from the backdrop, and then at that point you may need a separate backdrop light. I'm also seeing some darkness in the corners, and that's because this is a smaller light. So if you're looking for a bigger spill and less directional spotlight style, you may want to go for a different light. They just do the trick for me. Time for our cool light. We've got Lola here. This is all the cool lights dialed in. It's starting to get a little blown out here, but I didn't want to change our settings, which I put below in text in the earlier slide. This is the light at its dimmest, and so this is just to show you how dim these lights can go at about 2 meters away is where we have them positioned. All right, time for our time test. Here we have our 24 frames per second, not slowed down at all. We're gonna see if the lights flicker, which they shouldn't. We've been using this test setting the entire time, but just to get a little booty shake in there. Now we have our lights at 60 frames per second, and we have slowed it down to 50%. I'm not seeing any flickering in the lights still. Everything's looking good. Look at that butt go. And our last time test is at 120 frames per second, and we are slowing this down to 25%. And I do not see any flickering in these lights. So if that's a concern of yours, using slow-mo with these lights, it looks like they're gonna work for you. Go Lola. All right, we're back. What a test that was.
Oh my God.
Before we start talking about the lights, please tell me about some of the moves you were doing.
My moves?
Yeah, your dance moves.
Okay. Well, a lot of what I was doing was just, you know, kind of a variation, essentially what we would call classic burlesque movement.
Okay.
Nothing too complicated, nothing too fancy. Just some shimmies, some shakes, some poses, some turns. A lot of it's based in kind of jazz or ballet movement, but just with a little bit of dirt on it. A lot more nudity. It's fun.
You learn something new every day.
That's what I'm here for.
Yes. And hopefully you learned something about these lights just from the test you saw. Lola, what did you think about the test?
Well, I really liked how well the lights lit me up. They're really bright on me and the backdrop, and I felt like my rhinestones were really a lot more reflective, and I think that probably looked good on my butt.
It did. It did. I mean, just look at it.
Okay,
just look at it right now.
Let's look at it.
That was a well-lit butt. Just sort of thinking about the lights, you know, this is a kit that comes with the stands, it comes with the batteries, it comes with everything that you need. And so I feel like for the price point of these lights, you're getting a lot of features and in just an open and go kit. It is so nice if you don't own lights and you're looking for something to just go ahead and get a kit that is gonna have everything you need. And these lights, they were by color. They were definitely bright enough at 2350 for the lux rating. I mean, that is bright enough to light a single or several subjects in a studio setting where you don't have any other light. You can just see from our test. It also had 96 plus for the CRI rating. You could plug them in. They came with NPF batteries, so it's battery powered, and it actually came with the batteries you need. I mean, this is just, I think that a lot of thought went into making sure everything that you would need in a kit was in this kit, and this is a good price point. Are the lights the best lights that are out there? No, obviously not. And they couldn't be at this price point. And you can tell they cut some cost corners with the casing being plastic. But all in all, the lights stand for themselves. They stand right on the stands there. No, the lights are good quality for what you're paying for, and I definitely would recommend this for somebody who's trying to find a kit. Get their foot in the door and get some lighting. So, I think that wraps up our review of these lights. And so thank you so much for watching. If you are seeing this video after the 31st of 2018, definitely go to check out Lola's information. It's down below in the description, because she is always having burlesque shows, and it's fun to see people get naked.
It's good for you.
It is.
It's good for the soul.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. If you are not subscribed already, definitely hit that subscribe button. I do giveaways all the time. Maybe visit my page right now. There might be a giveaway going on. I'll get you some free video gear. I am Jen with Stay Posh. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Lola, for coming out.
Thank you.
Shaking it and shimmying.
My pleasure.
And I will see you in the next video. Peace.